He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
All right, y'all. So listen real quickly. I wanted to make sure I gave you some different type of content, and this is audio from a Facebook Live that I did, uncut, strictly about entrepreneurship and depression. I feel like it's a great listen, something that a lot of people have been sharing. It's almost going viral. So if you haven't seen it, if you're not on my Facebook, I wanted to make sure that you actually got a chance to check this out. All right. So hit me up. You know what it is. And as always, Business Bully Podcast is being brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, you get something for your brain, your body, and your business. Go to audibletrial.com/bully. Let's get this show popping.
Yo, what up? It's yours truly, Dave Anderson. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an author, entrepreneur, business coach, speaker, all that good stuff. I basically help entrepreneurs, primarily black entrepreneurs, take their situation to the next level, 2x their business, the whole schmear. What's up, Mayor Franklin? Thanks for being here. Make sure you share this video because we need to have a frank conversation about depression. And I think a lot of times, especially black entrepreneurs, don't like to talk about depression because it's taboo, especially in the black community. I woke up this morning and found out that Anthony Bourdain killed himself. And I was like, damn. My first reaction, hang on, I'm getting comfortable. My first reaction was like, damn, Anthony Bourdain killed himself. Shout out to Nicole, shout out to everybody who's coming through. Make sure you share the video. And I'm like, damn. That was my first reaction. My second reaction was, I can relate. I think one thing that happens that we don't discuss enough, at least not many black entrepreneurs I know discuss it enough, is the fact that it's hard. Being an entrepreneur, not necessarily having the freedom or the comfort of having a check, on a consistent basis. Like sometimes it's ebbs and it's flows. People don't talk about, everybody likes to paint this picture. That's why I never do it. I never do the whole rent an Airbnb and make you think I'm balling out the gym. Like that shit's corny as fuck to me. Rent the Maybach and all that other dumb shit. Like that's corny as fuck to me. I feel like you should be as transparent as humanly possible. And it's hard because what you don't know, and I've hinted at it, I've talked about it a little bit, but the only way for me to get you to understand how real this is, with all of my successes and with all of my accomplishments, I've been clinically depressed since I was 3 years old. Since I was 3 years old, I have been depressed. And I can't reconcile, the fact that a lot of black folks want you to, just pray, baby. Just give it to Jesus, baby. Well, I'm an ordained minister. And sometimes I know this is going to upset some of my folks who just are just crunk for Jesus. Sometimes giving it to God ain't enough. And when I say that, you still have to deal with your very human emotions. God is still God. And yes, you can try and lay your burdens down, but sometimes that's not enough. And for people who say that it is, well, maybe your walk is different than mine. But round here, for Dave Anderson, sometimes it's not enough. Then you factor in the fact that I'm somebody's husband, and you factor in the fact that I'm somebody's father, and you factor in the fact that damn near 6 months out of the year I'm on the road. Then you factor in the fact that I got clients that I got to show up for and get results, because if I don't get results, I don't eat. You know what I'm saying? And I can pinpoint the exact moment, and this ain't blame. I can pinpoint the exact moment when I became depressed. I became depressed when I woke up and found out my parents were splitting at 3 years old. And then I remember my brother saying, yeah, man, before you came along, it was new Cadillacs every year, da-da-da-da, yakety schmack. And I internalized that like, damn, I caused all these problems. Now, of course, as a 40-year-old, I understand that that's impossible. I didn't cause my parents problems. My parents were grown and you know, they had their own shit to deal with. It had nothing to do with me being in the world, you know. And I'm sick of black folks acting like, there's not something going on in your brain. The electricity and the chemicals that are happening, sometimes they're out of balance. That's okay. That means that you should see somebody and maybe get yourself in balance. Maybe you need to switch up your diet. All of that is okay. When I was homeless, I got really depressed to the point where I got up on a roof and almost jumped off of it. If I'm going to tell it, I'm going to tell it all. I might as well be Usher right now, just no herpes. I almost got off on a roof and almost jumped. I almost jumped. You know, there have been times when, like, I wanted to walk into traffic. There have been times where I just wanted to fucking disappear. You know, just be done with everything and everybody. Nobody's husband, nobody's father, nobody's business coach, none of that shit. I just wanted to be. Then, you know, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about all of it. Let's talk about the ugliness. Do you know what it's like when you have a 6-figure contract and you build a brand so big that it winds up being worth millions of dollars and other people are walking around getting credit? Or you run into somebody who knows the truth and they're like, damn, what happened to you? We don't want anyone to see us sweat. We don't want anyone to see us sad. We don't want anyone to see us cry because in the black community, it's looked upon as a sign of weakness. And it's nothing weak about dealing with what's going on in your heart or the burdens that you have. And there's somebody right now, this ain't for me, like I'm good. Like I'm good, I'm loved. But Kate Spade killed herself, Anthony Bourdain killed himself, you know, so people think, oh, well, that's just a white people problem. And no, it's not. I know a whole lot of black folks done killed themselves. Some people are killing themselves with pills. Some people are killing themselves with drugs. Some people are killing themselves with a knife and fork. Some people are killing themselves in abusive relationships. Some people are killing themselves by robbing liquor stores and knowing that the cops are going to show up and blow their brains out. Like, everybody chooses their weapon. And I choose to stand up and say, listen, I'm depressed. Because you don't know what it is. And one of the reasons I had to get out of the entertainment industry is because it's a drug. Entertainment, being a public figure, all that shit, it's a drug. And when you don't have it, you begin to associate yourself with the drug as if you are the drug. And you're not. You know, so if you lose a job or something doesn't work out, you know, you begin to feel like the problem is you. And sometimes you can leave the job, you know what I'm saying? But the job left you. Misha says a black 22-year-old hung himself from a bridge and a black woman hung herself from a tree in Walmart a few weeks ago here in Atlanta. Yeah, I also think that there might be something else going on with that because there's some Klan stuff and a couple other things with that. But anyway, you slice it, like the pain of dealing with things is deeper than we tend to let on. And I don't want anybody to think that it's not okay to go talk to somebody, to go sit on somebody's couch, to go get a pill, to go get some fresh air, to take a break, to say, like, the 3 most dangerous words a black entrepreneur can ever utter And I'm speaking to black entrepreneurs because I'm a black entrepreneur. And I think because so many people look at me like, oh, well, it's Dave Anderson. You know what I'm saying? And then, a couple of well-placed woos and 236,000 downloads of a podcast every week. Y'all think it's just peaches and cream over here. Sometimes it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. I want y'all to know that the 3 most dangerous words a black entrepreneur can speak is, I got this. Oh, I got this. I'm good. I got this. I got this. And the truth is, you ain't got this. If your ass had this, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be feeling how you feel. Do you know what it's like when you genuinely try to help people and they fuck you over? Like literally fuck you over. Man, it's the most hurtful shit in the world. That shit's depressing. Or you see people who don't have your talent, your skills, your abilities, and they just popping everywhere. And then you got to remember, okay, well, I got to put blinders on, but you still see it. Like, let's not act like you don't see it. And you be like, yo, they whack as fuck. I'm not hating. I'm just stating facts. They whack as fuck. Or, you think that, like, people are like, man, you should be more further along. You like the world's best kept secret. Yeah, Erica, we've been shamed into not addressing mental health. And that's why we don't have mental health. It sucks. I literally have talked to so many black entrepreneurs. And, oh, hold on, Erica. I also have issues with the word crazy being associated with mental health disparities. Amisha says, I said it all the time, but people do more damage when you try to talk to them. And I'm going through that now. People who you help shit on you and act like you ain't nothing. If we're going to have this conversation, and some of y'all have known me for decades. And y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. What's up, K. Danielle Edwards? Life can be hard. Few ever reach out to offer help or personal assistance, or those who seem to be the most composed or the strongest. They all act surprised. Y'all ain't going to wake up one day and it's going to say, business bully kills himself. That shit ain't happening. And don't think I ain't thought about it. Unfortunately, when I go to schools and there's some kid who's been watching me low key for 6, 7, 8 years, from the time they were in elementary school, they've been watching me, and they don't get caught up in the cuss words. They get caught up in the woo and the high energy and the message and washing my nuts in the gas station sink. Eric, I know exactly who you are. I ain't forgot you. I remember when you was, well, never mind. You was little, but I don't want to kill myself because my game ain't over. If I'm going to die, it's going to be because God called me home. And when you got more month at the end of the money and you got 30 invoices sitting around and you just waiting, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to hold off on getting the things that you want because that money ain't cleared yet, or it's coming, or you got a contract and then somebody's, spouse don't understand why you paying somebody 15 grand to do this, that, and the third, even though they're going to make 150 grand off of the information that you gave them. Whoo! God, this is therapeutic. There is nothing wrong with getting on somebody's couch. The 3 most liberating words I ever spoke are, I need help. None of y'all are perfect. None of y'all are immune to this shit. I don't know who told y'all I was bulletproof. Yeah, I'm unbreakable. But even an unbreakable comb is made of plastic. And if you get yourself a Cutco knife, you can cut it. And it's so bothersome to me. Like, people have done such a wham-a-lam on folks that their limiting beliefs have caused people to like literally like change their prices. Like, people, like, I saw this thing where this woman was asking a caterer who operates. Sometimes it's not always about mental health. Sometimes it's circumstantial. I think they can be two totally different things. Yes, but here, even if it's circumstantial, how you deal with those circumstances comes down to you not having the tools, which will still affect your mental health. Sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, and yes, sometimes it's situational. But if you don't know how to deal with those situations, K. Danielle, it's going to be a problem. What up, Benny Rogers? So this caterer was asked how much it was going to cost to do like a banquet type of situation. She said, you know, I got to buy the food, cook the whole nine. It'll be like, okay, like $2,800. So it'll be like $28 a plate or whatever it was, right? And so the lady was like, well, my mom said that you just an Instagram caterer, so $2,100, take it or leave it. And the caterer was like, I'll leave it. Tell your mom peace. You know, and I see so many people not having that strength. I see so many people just say, okay, well, just give me $100. Okay. Like, no. There is a war going on outside. Let's not even factor in the fact that I am the son of a federal agent. I am the brother of a Philadelphia police officer, a decorated Philadelphia police officer. I am the niece and the nephew of two of the most decorated Pennsylvania state troopers in history. And I'm scared every time I get behind the wheel. The only time I've ever been inside of a jail cell is when my father put me there when I was 4 years old, so I would never want to go back. And that surprisingly didn't depress me. It empowered me. Because I realized I was going to do whatever I had to do to stay out of that jail. But now, because people feel emboldened, they can throw me in jail for any fucking thing at any given fucking moment. And it don't matter who my daddy was. It don't matter who my brother is. It don't matter who my aunt and uncle are. Anybody can get it. It don't matter I got a daggone, day in my honor in the city that I love. None of that matters. It doesn't matter about my degrees. It doesn't matter about my thousands of fans, supporters. It doesn't matter about the hundreds of thousands of books I done sold. None of that matters. They can take you out. That in of itself. You know what I'm saying? Baldwin said, to be black in America is to constantly be at a rage at all times. And then systematic neglect and poverty puts everyone in poor communities under extreme mental conditions. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, I ain't on to some story with OJ shit. I've always been black. I know I'm black. It ain't like I'm not black. I'm Dave Anderson. No, I'm black. I'm so black. I tell people straight up and down, I love everybody, but I'm here for black people. And I mean that shit. No diss to Issa Rae. But y'all don't want to talk about what it means to be a parent and having to know that there's somebody who you're affecting and they're watching every single thing that you do. And you want to, not only provide for them financially, but you want to provide for them emotionally and spiritually. And you want to be there for them. Depression is real. And we got to stop acting like it's the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are conversations we never have, ever. Oh, it can't happen to me. And then like, hey, what happened to such and such? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody goes through shit. Like, and as a minister, like, just take off the entrepreneur hat, take off the radio hat, take off the author hat. Just as a minister, I'm going to be 100% with y'all. My daddy died in 2005. In the span of 3 months, I lost my stepfather, I lost my grandfather, and I lost my great uncle. Then you fast forward several years, my grandmother, my greatest advocate, my dearest friend, The reason I got such a smart ass mouth, I get it from my grandmama. My grandmother had a smart ass mouth, and she was magnetic. Like, you could walk down the street and they'd be like, "Hey, Miss Lewis." She'd be like, "Hi, baby, how you doing?" And I'd be like, "Mimar, who is that?" She said, "I don't know, baby. I don't know. These people, they know. I don't know. They don't." My grandmother's funeral was standing room only. And I'm like, and this is going to sound really fucked up, and I feel fucked up for saying it, but I'm going to say how I feel. What kind of God takes somebody that good away from somebody who needs her? Like, I needed my grandmama bad. When I was 17, my dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. And he died when I was 25. And there was a lot of shit I had to figure out on my own. And it's hard because I look in the mirror and I see him. And I miss him. And he never got to hold his grandchildren. And like, we don't talk about that because it's like, oh, such and such is in a better place. Yeah, but what about in the place I'm in because they're gone? What about what it's like when you can look at somebody's business and in 5 minutes flat say, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, and you'll make 6 figures in the next 6 months. But it's hard as hell to do that for yourself. You have to constantly reinvent. You got to constantly move. You got to constantly adjust. There are people who ain't never did shit who want to talk shit. And for some reason, shit talk just gets so loud. And no one ever wants to hear your side of the story. So then you got to sit around doing damage control. And I'm at a point in my career where I don't even do damage control no more. I'm like, believe what the fuck you want to believe. Results are results, bitch. But the other side of that is that shit still hurts. Because when you walk around talking shit about Dave Anderson, you ain't hurting Dave Anderson, you hurting Dave Anderson's kids. And I don't mean emotionally, but you're fucking with my ability to make money, which means we at war. But I don't have the strength. I know myself well enough to know that I don't have the strength to fight those battles anymore. And on the level that I'm on, while it's wonderful and the air up here is really good, and it's a far cry from where I was 8 years ago when I was in that fucking Quick Trip at 360 and Carrier in Arlington, Texas, washing my nuts because people wouldn't answer the phone and everybody acted like I was persona non grata when I was the reason that they bought those houses and had them shits built and was driving Mercedes. When I was the reason. When they forgot about me. And I was sitting around in some god-awful after-school special made-for-TV movie Tyler Perry nightmare of an existence. I had to suck that shit up when I was getting by off of coffee at a fucking piece of shit job and the dollar menu from the coins I could find under the seats in my Jeep. So when you start talking about what I didn't do, tell the fact that you didn't follow instructions. Tell the fact that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Talk about you didn't believe in yourself enough to follow through. I had a customer. I will never forget this as long as I'm black. I had a customer who had a product, and I'm not going to talk about what the product was, but it was a physical product, and the shit was dope. And this customer, I believed in. because this customer was a single mom, had a bunch of stuff happening, and I was like, well, we're going to go hard body. Like, yeah, I mean, I know what it is. I got kids. I get it. We're going to go hard body. So I went out. I made some phone calls because I got a real nice Rolodex. And the truth is, now, when I say that, your question might be, well, if you had a real nice Rolodex, why didn't you call those people? The truth of the matter is, I was embarrassed. The truth of the matter is, I was hurting. The truth of the matter is, I didn't want everybody to see me that low at that particular point in my life. So everybody didn't know. And then they found out after the fact, was like, yo, why didn't you call me? And my depression, the thing that y'all don't like to talk about, my depression and my ego wouldn't allow me to do that. And after making a couple of calls and finding out that there's no room at the end, I gave up. I just said, I'm going to find a way to get out of this my damn self. But anyway, getting back to this story. I had super celebrities, like not some B-list motherfuckers. I'm talking about people been in blockbuster movies. I'm talking about people who got platinum plaques on their wall, endorse this product. I sent out samples, the whole nine, this, that, and the third. And this person never launched because they didn't like the packaging. So wasted all of that time, wasted all that energy, wasted all of that effort. And then that same person want to sit around and talk shit. That's the shit you don't see. Or when somebody has the unmitigated gall to follow me or write me and then say, well, what have you done? Bitch. And when I use the term bitch, I don't mean female. I mean female dog that can't control themselves. Bitch, didn't you come find me? Didn't you inbox me? Didn't you sit around and come to me for help? And then you will ask what I've done? Well, let me give you a list. Ever heard of podcasting? Well, before there was podcasting, there was on-demand audio, and the person who created on-demand audio is me and a guy named Randy Watson from West Philly. But because we're black, we don't get credit for that shit. When Wendy Williams got unceremoniously kicked out of fucking New York, when she came to Philly, me and a guy named D. Lee did a show called The D and Wendy Show. Hi. There was a comedian who took over for a guy named Steve Harvey because he was heading out west. And that comedian hadn't really had the experience of being a main morning man. And he'd gone through 5, 6 producers. Then I showed up and we beat the station that nobody thought we could beat. And then we called their bluff and said, well, we want syndication. And they gave us Augusta, Georgia, and not shitting on Augusta, Georgia, but Augusta, Georgia is a very small market. We already had Dallas, and then they gave us St. Louis that didn't want us, wouldn't support us, wouldn't do shit. And I sat up night after night, day after day, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and not going home until 10 o'clock that night, and then getting up and doing it all over again, creating demos, switching out shit, firing people, making moves, fighting for people. And that is why Ricky Smiley's in 70 markets now. When I was with Ricky Smiley, if you think I'm lying, go to my fucking YouTube channel and look at the very first video I put up. It was a pilot for a reality show. And as much as he fought me about it, we did the pilot. A sizzle reel, not technically a pilot. A pilot's when you get picked up, you get an episode anyway. So we did the sizzle reel, and he was like, nah, I want to do a sitcom. I'm like, Ricky, sitcoms are dead, bro. Like, unless, they start bringing back Seinfeld, bold prediction, it ain't gonna fly. So when I left, wait, let me back up. I'll come back to that because there's another Ricky Smiley story. So when I left, he went and did a sitcom. You probably don't remember it because it was god awful. He had, instead of getting head crack, he made Ray J play a head crack like character, and the shit was god awful. It was TV One's lowest rated show. So lo and behold, all of a sudden he does a reality show. #1 show on TV One. You're fucking welcome. Then let's rewind. So in the process of building the syndicated powerhouse that you now know, I sat down with this kid who wasn't that great of a webmaster, and I told him what I wanted. I said, above all else, I need a chat room. And I said, I need a chat room, and we're going to put so many people in that chat room. We're going to create a community. And that community is going to spur this show. And then people are going to talk about it, and people are going to try and listen online, and people are going to try and get this show, so that we create what I like to call the I Want My MTV effect. Now, for those of you who are a little too young, MTV wasn't available on every single cable network. And so the jocks got on and said, make sure you tell your local cable provider, I want my MTV. So people in St. Louis and people in Augusta who are in college were listening online to the radio station and listening online to the show, and they began to make a demand for it. So we would go into a market like, look, here's the demo, here's the numbers, you getting down or you laying down, because the next stop is your competition. And me and an old Jewish guy named Gary Bernstein was beating down doors to make this shit happen. A great man in Atlanta, Georgia named Hurricane Dave was beating down doors to make this shit happen. But every single day in that studio, managing 7 egos, every single day, writing out the plot, every single day, making sure bits was right, every single day, sacrificing my own personal life for that shit, me. So when you ask me what the hell have I done, my question to you is, who built Les Brown's social media platforms? Who not only wrote for George Wallace's Vegas show, but helped build his social media presence? Sorry, not sorry. So don't fucking come asking me about my goddamn credentials when I've been working from the time I was 9 years old. Don't do it, especially when you're coming to me for help. Like, that is the most arrogant shit ever. Oh shit, Darkness is in here. Darkness can tell you I'm spitting nothing but facts. When I was with Darkness, his name is Clarence. We called him Darkness because of the Chappelle Show 2004. When I was with Darkness, my show was number 2, number 1 consistently, and the rest of the station was in 14th place. Come fuck with me. I am dope as hell. And Dorothea, I don't know what arrogant is, because I'm going to tell you what. People don't stand in their greatness. And telling somebody they're arrogant because they are letting people know why they are the way they are and why they charge $15,000 for what it is that they have, that they had to sacrifice for. Because wasn't nobody talking about, wasn't nobody coming to wash my nuts in the gas station sink but me. So that's that. If that makes me arrogant, guilty as charged. It also comes, and I'm not talking, I'm trying to lay down a foundation so that you can when you see people, when you see people and you wonder why they charge what they charge, I can't speak for nobody else, but my receipts are real, real long. And we play small because other black people make you feel like you don't deserve that shit. Other black people don't understand that you can make money without necessarily having to work for the man in some damn cubicle somewhere, letting your greatness go. Or worse yet, let's get outside of entertainment. I was brought on as a program consultant for a company called Nutrisystem. Maybe you've heard of it. So, fat Negro working to help people sell more diet plans. The irony is not lost on me. I remember looking at their systems, and I went to the CEO, I went to the head of PR, and I went to the head of marketing. And they said, well, what do you think? And I said, well, I think you're plumb dumb. And they said, well, what do you mean? I said, here's what I did. And I pulled up a tablet and I showed them some animations and I showed them, some shit that I do. I gave them the suicidal hype shit. And if you don't know what the suicidal hype shit is, you ain't been around me long enough. But the suicidal hype shit is when I give you all my shit, both guns blazing. See, I'm dangerous off the top of my head. Oh, but when I got nothing but time, woo! So I showed them that and I said, there's one more thing. Do you realize that you have 33,000 views on your YouTube channel and I'm sitting well over 2 million, you're a publicly traded corporation and I'm one guy. So what is it I got that you ain't got? And they said, well, how do we fix it? And I said, for that, you're going to have to pay me another 60 grand. And they said, we'll get back to you. So they got back to me and we had another meeting and they said, well, what do you think is wrong with our marketing? And I said, well, here's the thing. The 2 largest morbidly obese groups in America are African Americans and Latinos. But your advertising doesn't reflect that. And this one motherfucker, what's up, Judy? This one motherfucker stands up and says, oh, well, Dave, I don't know if you know this or not, but we tried that with Janet Jackson. I said, I could have saved you the $30 million you spent on Janet, dumbass, because any black person born after 1975 will tell you that Janet Jackson is a yo-yo dieter. She diets when it's time to go on tour, and when she's off tour, she's back to the ho-hos and the ding-dongs. No diss to Janet, I think she's the greatest, but let's tell the truth. I would have never spent no money on a yo-yo dieter. That's like getting Luther Vandross. And they said, well, what would you do? I said, I would go after either Oprah or Steve Harvey. And they laughed me out of the room. They didn't pay me my 60 grand. We fell out. Deuces. The next year, young lady by the name of Oprah Winfrey bought Weight Watchers. And I don't mean she bought a plan. I mean, bitch, she bought the company. You might not like my mohawk. You might not like what I got to say. But, oh, these receipts are long. And when it comes to this shit, when it comes to me being able to see shit that y'all can't see, I am unfuckwittable. I told y'all about Facebook. Y'all told me I was crazy. Oh, lo and behold, how's that Instagram link in bio working out for you? Oh, it don't. Yeah, and then the public shit with the data happening again with Facebook in the millions. Yeah, y'all didn't listen to me then either. Yep. Told y'all about Toys R Us. Y'all told me I was crazy. I ain't looking that crazy right now. I know what I'm talking about because it's my gift. And unfortunately, those who are gifted can very rarely use those gifts on themselves. And so I rely on other folks. But getting back to the point, depression is real. Anxiety is real. Counseling is okay. And I ain't talking about with your damn pastor either. I'm not saying that your pastor ain't great. I'm saying that your pastor might not be a clinical psychologist. I told y'all about Starbucks. I told y'all be back there in a week. And sure enough, I got people I respect doing live videos talking about how good the lattes are. And I'm like, damn, the lattes must be good with the tears of your oppression. I told y'all Starbucks shit was crazy. I told y'all that they were going to use the most revenue low day they have in the year. And they ain't going to close but for half a day. And y'all say, oh, no, they're going to close it down. They're going to do the right thing. And then they did it. Like, go down my timeline. I ain't got to lie. And unless I got a flux capacitor, a DeLorean, and 1.21 gigawatts, I'm telling the truth. Judy says I'm freezing. Am I freezing for the rest of y'all? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Because I'm going in. Like, damn. But for those of you who don't know me, and you're trying to grow your business, I'm definitely worth it. But I'm human, and I wish some of y'all. They quietly raise prices. Starbucks quietly raised prices, and y'all going right back in there because while my parents and my aunts and uncles they got hoses poured on them. They got dogs sicked on them. Y'all can't give up fucking lattes. I will never, as much as I'm a coffee drinker, I will never step foot in a fucking Starbucks again. Ever fucking ever. In my world, they're canceled. Because you don't get a second chance to fuck me over and people who look like me. Because until you've been stopped, detained, held up, face down in the dirt, and handcuffed unceremoniously, and you've never committed a crime, you will not understand the pain. I'm never going to Starbucks. And fuck you to you who do. It's your choice. God bless you. Do what the fuck you want to do. But from me to you, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you, Negro. Fuck you, because that shit's fucked up. And I need good white people to understand why that shit is fucked up. And you don't have to agree, but you don't get to mitigate my pain either. You know what I'm saying? And I'm lucky because I have a lot of really good white friends who understand the fact that they're privileged, who understand that I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say, and I never stop being black. I don't give a fuck who's in the room. Oh my God, okay. True story confession time. When I was a kid, I had a course called Writing for Broadcasting. And if in fact you had the best article or you had the best submission, the professor would give you these, they had these blueberry muffins covered in like this rock salt type sugar shit that he got from Starbucks. I didn't know what the fuck a Starbucks was. This is like 1998, 1999. I didn't know what the fuck a Starbucks was. I know where the fuck one was because in my hood they didn't exist. Way before fucking Magic Johnson got a hold of them. And I wanted that fucking muffin. So I did two things. I delayed eating breakfast because that muffin was mine. And I wrote like Charles Dickens on speed, bitches. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday had me a motherfucking muffin. No more for the muffins, bitch. None. Done. I lived in the South from the time I was 23 till I was 33. So from 23 to 33, so about 10 years I spent in the South. And one of my favorite things in the South, Waffle House, they canceled too. Fuck them motherfuckers too. You can scatter, cover, smother, chunk these nuts. And I'm depressed behind the fact that black people are just like, oh, it was just an incident. No, because the only thing that racists and bigots understand are the loss of life, and we don't need to be violent. But they also understand the loss of money. So Waffle House is canceled. Fuck them too. But that's just me. See, a lot of people don't want to stand in solidarity of that. But some of y'all, Leon the Muffins was that work. I don't know what they like now. I ain't had a Starbucks muffin in years, but those muffins back in the day, they was that work. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. People only understand the loss of money or the loss of life. And because I'm not here for that, fuck Stop and Shop. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for anybody who thinks it's okay to discriminate because they feel emboldened by a president that has the world's worst comb over. Don't. Now, from a tax bracket perspective, and I like the new tax code. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm an entrepreneur, so I need all the breaks I can get. I need all the loopholes I can get. And my accountant has a field day with these new motherfucking taxes. And see, for those of you who don't file taxes quarterly, you can't even hear what the fuck I'm saying right now. You like, what the fuck is he talking about? But yeah, I believe in hitting motherfuckers in the pockets, and I believe in supporting black-owned businesses above all else because I'm black. And that's what smart people do. White people do it. Jewish people do it. And I know Jewish people aren't a race, but they're a culture. Ethiopians do it. The Chinese do it. Japanese people do it. Koreans do it. Vietnamese do it. And if you notice, they buy in blocks. And I mean blocks, like city blocks. You know what I'm saying? We got to get better about that. We got to start looking, at the fundamentals. And we really got to start talking about what it is. But y'all are sitting around here. Exactly, Dorothy, exactly. Y'all are sitting around here like Rick James when it comes to counseling. Y'all like, fuck your couch. And I'm like, no, y'all need to love that couch. Do I have any thoughts on Tulsa? I have a lot of thoughts on Tulsa. When I was in Oklahoma, it was like a time warp. There were some people who were on the ball, and then there were people who were just, or they had just given up. They just checked out, phoned it in, no lifeline, just what the fuck ever. But specifically, Benny, be specific, because I want to make sure I'm talking about the right situation, because there's a lot of things happening in Tulsa right now. What up, Mario Holloway? And thanks for everybody who shared this video, because if we're going to have a conversation, we got to have a conversation. And yeah, I mean, I'm still the Mohawk and Real Talk and Living Fully business bully, and I've always been. That's not an act. That's who I am, because I don't waste time with pretty words. I'm here to make you money. You know, I want you to understand that it's okay to seek counseling. I want you to understand that it is okay to get a pill. Wellbutrin is a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people who have chemical imbalances. The new initiative to fund Black Wall Street. I'm with it. And let me tell you, black people, something else. You want to know what else depresses me? And I'm not being funny. Yeah, fuck them fraps. Oh my God. Yo. True story. Y'all don't know this shit. Ricky Smiley and I would leave the show, right? And we'd hop in a Range Rover and we would drive to Starbucks and go get fraps and then come back. Funny shit. But yeah, man, fuck Starbucks. I think everybody needs to be building a Black Wall Street everywhere. However, I need to be clear on things, because I'm a big believer in energy. Two things. Number one, black people need to stop doing this shit. I'm the Black Al Pacino. I'm the Black De Niro. I'm the Black Donald Trump. This is the Black Wall Street. If you knew what the first commodity was traded on Wall Street was, you'd never want to call yourself the Black Wall Street. Because the first commodity traded on Wall Street was your black ass ancestors. You dumb clucks. Why don't you just build a black community that is thriving, that supports each other, and has what I'd like to entitle an integrated product suite? Here's what I mean. Allow me to give you an example. Let me help you out. That is my iPad Pro. I fucking love my iPad Pro. It's fucking awesome. I'm talking to you from my iPhone 8. If I open my email, right? Quick business lesson. If I open my email, let me show you. If I open my email, you know, these messages also exist in my phone. These messages also exist in my MacBook. They all work in tandem with each other. iPhone, iPad, iPod, iMac, MacBook, they all work in tandem with each other. That's called an integrated product suite. So if somebody's got a hair salon, somebody else needs a nail salon. If somebody's doing soul food, somebody else needs to be doing Whole Foods. If somebody is doing athletic gear, then there needs to be a gym. But we don't operate from that place. Hey, Mom. We don't operate from that place. What we do is, I'm just going to go into business for myself, and that's that, and to hell with everybody else. You can't get there like that. You can't. When my mama, and I would say this if my mama wasn't on this live, the two biggest entrepreneurial influences are my mother and my father, because I watched them. I remember being a little kid, and I have flashes because I can't remember everything, but I remember being a little kid, and not long after we had gotten in Philly, my mom found herself this gig, and quickly became the head of this salon at John Wanamaker's, which you now know as Macy's, and it was called Glenby. And Mom was dope. Mom had business cards with her face on it, and my mom was a model, so my mom was gorgeous. Like, she had the full hair and the earrings. My mom, they used to call my mom Dominique Devereaux because she was just that fabulous. So anyway and anyhow, you know, my mom wanted to make sure you knew her face. My mom wanted to make sure you knew her face. And she would have me come with her, and I would sit in the chair, and mom would say, get up, I need you to sweep this hair. And so I was sweeping hair, so I became like the little shop boy, almost like a mascot. But I remember that. And she had this guy, I think his name was Tony. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong, I think his name was Tony. And I remember he always had these big-ass oranges. And he was an Italian guy, he had big hairy arms. And he would cut oranges, and he would just tell me stories about doing hair and all this other stuff. I was amazed. And so you fast forward another, 13, 14 years, and my mom takes me to a place not too far from where my grandparents lived. It was at 74th and Ogons, and it was on the side of a house, and the basement had been converted into a hair salon. And she said, this is my salon, and I'm going to call it Girlfriends, and I'm going to put couches right here, and I'm going to bring in Jada, my stepsister, and Jada's she's going to do nails, and we'll have experiences, and we'll do mimosas, and we'll do prom specials. Like, my mom had it all laid out. No business plan. Just here and here. Just heart, mind, will, and sheer determination. And I remember as an adult, I would say to mom, I'm like, yo, mom, I've never seen you cry. She laughed. And I mean, from her belly, my mama laughed. And she said, oh, baby, you didn't need my tears. I was raising men. So I saved them for my pillow. And I said, but mom, why would you do that? Maybe I wanted to see it. She said, you didn't need them. And she said, I'm going to tell you something else. You've heard me say this before. A man's got to do what a man's got to do, and so do I. My mom was independent before y'all made it a hashtag. And I watched. Now you see people making millions of dollars having experiential hair and nail salons, full service. My mom was doing that before Clinton got in office. And you're right, Kenny. There are a lot of people who didn't have that instilled in them. And here I am. I'm just bopping around, wanting to be on the radio, not realizing that I'm soaking all of this in. Then I also have the unmitigated gall to question things. And I'm like, but why? But why this and why that? And that makes me a troublemaker because I upset the status quo. And a lot of us don't take time to realize that there's nothing wrong with upsetting the status quo. There is nothing wrong with being the best version of yourself. There is nothing wrong with seeking help. There's nothing wrong with telling people that you got a lot going on and that maybe you need to take a mental break. Some of y'all are so afraid to lose your jobs that you won't take your sick days. Some of y'all ain't taking a vacation in 6 years, and your company is walking around like that old Scrooge musical saying, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. And they will continue to go. If you get hit by a bus, before the seat in your cubicle gets warm, they'll fill it and say, oh, poor Johnny. He was nice. Well, Chuck, this is your seat now. This is your terminal. Oh, don't worry about those things. We'll box him up and send them to Johnny's parents or next of kin, if he has any. I don't know much about Johnny. Johnny just came in and worked. Hold on one second. Don't move, y'all. Let's see here. Of course, this thing ain't wanting to do what I needed to do. Yeah. Side note, if you do BullyCon, again, count me in. I'm going to do BullyCon. I think I'm going to do it in Atlanta. I want to change the scenery. I don't want to change the pace. I also have something else going that's going to be very, very major, and I'm very excited about it. But, yeah, I'm not ashamed to be black. I'm not ashamed to say that I've been depressed. And I don't think you ever stop being depressed. I think you find ways to manage it. And I wish more of us would find ways to manage it. And as Iyanla would say, call a thing a thing. I think that's very important. But I want you to know, cry. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to have your moment. Have several moments. But have one of those moments on a couch with a counselor who can help. Have one of those moments where you just get away. And when I say get away, I mean put yourself in a position where you can go and do what's necessary. I really want you to start understanding that it's all right. And who told y'all that y'all had to slay all the dragons by yourself? Like, I'm looking for a team that can keep up with me. I'm looking for a team that understands that there's a bigger goal out here. I ain't found them yet, but I'm looking. You know, I'm just trying to find ways to manage it. I know, Courtney, I feel you. Therapy is okay. Saying the real issues are okay. Yes. I want to thank you for the boys program you started, because I know you help them in ways realize that they can have a healthy place to cry. Yeah. Like, who told y'all men don't cry? I remember the first time I saw my dad cry, I was shook. And he cried because I was scared of him. Now, if you ever seen Carl Marvin Anderson, you would understand why I was scared. This man was 6'4". His hands were so big that at 8 years old, he could palm a basketball. And if my dad said David, I was there. Like you know, you ever see Mr. Deeds? And Mr. Deeds would call for the butler, and the butler would just show up. That's how it was. Like, if Carl called, you came. You know, and I didn't fear him like in a like I'm scared of my dad way. It was more like I have like what did Malcolm X say in the Latin word adorame, which means deference and love and to fear. The same way that a man should fear God, a man should fear his father. And my dad said, he said, "Are you afraid of me?" I said, "Sometimes." And he looked at me, cocked his head, and I just saw tears. He said, "I never want you to be afraid of me. I love you." And he grabbed me and he held me in his arms. And how many of y'all are just so manly that you don't hold your sons and tell them it's going to be all right, and that I don't want you to fear me. I want you to feel like you're safe with me. And if I tell you to do something, it's okay. And you should have a healthy fear of your parents. But I can remember my dad getting me like a bike. I can remember he got me some action figures. But you know what I really remember? I remember going to Disneyland. I remember going to Disney World. I remember going fishing. I remember watching football. I remember going to the movies. I remember all day Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood marathons. I remember him saying, "Well, your mother says it's important, so you're going to do this math. You're going to do this math workbooks over the summer." I remember that when it came down to it, my father understood that his number one job as a father was to back up my mom. And some of y'all run around here sticking your dicks in every damn thing and not backing up the damn woman you laid down with and had the baby with. You've got to get your shit together. Last thing, and I'm out of here. Some of you are not happy with your current situation. And you're choosing to not be happy because this internet is amazing. This internet has allowed me to have an entirely different career than the radio career I grew up in. This internet has allowed me to sell out my books, sell out events, do speaking engagements, the whole nine. There is no longer an excuse of, "Oh, I need my job, and please don't talk to me about benefits when you can buy them on the internet." It's not a benefit if you got to pay for it. My mother used to tell me all the time, "Dave, it's okay. You can always come home. If you're going in the wrong direction, all you got to do is turn around." And some of y'all don't have the safe space. Some of you don't have your parents. Some of you don't have a mother who prays for you and sacrifices for you. And, I don't think I will ever be able to repay my parents, but especially my mom. Like, I can't even tell you how many sacrifices my mother made for me, continues to make for me. But I will tell you that one day very soon, I'm going to book a flight. I'm going to go to Arizona, and I'm going to show up completely unannounced. And I'm going to get in that kitchen. I'm going to open up the fridge. I'm going to grab a bottle of water. I'm going to sit down at her kitchen counter, and I'm going to pull out a checkbook. And I'm going to write a check. And it's going to be massive. Because above all else, the first sacrifice my mother made was her body. The second sacrifice she made was her dreams. The third sacrifice she made was her time. And I can't ever calculate an amount to pay that, but my mother will live out her golden years real damn comfortable. Real damn comfortable. I don't care if I gotta die to do it. because she sacrificed for me. I didn't ask to be here, but I'm so glad that I am. But some of y'all are not happy with your circumstances, and you think that you can't make it. You think that you can't do it. You think that the world is just going to come crashing in on you without that job. And yeah, it's scary. And yeah, it's hard. But my God, you know what really is hard? Watching other people live their dreams and you sitting back on the sideline. And then some of y'all are waiting for the right moment. My mother says that people who wait for the right moment are like people who are watching the parade, waiting for the float for Santa Claus and not paying attention to anything else. And if you're sitting around waiting for that last float with Santa Claus, you'll miss the entire point of the parade. It's a parade. You're supposed to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a mom who would take me to Broadway and show me things so that I could see something that wasn't hood related. You know, I didn't know what the hood was until I became a teenager. I didn't understand the concept. Because even when we ain't have nothing, we had each other, and we had music, and we had books, and we had, what up, Mo? You know, we had memories. I remember once my mom was flat broke, didn't know she was flat broke at the time. We took some old bread, and we went down to the pond. There's a park, and it had a pond in it, and there were ducks, and we sat there and we fed ducks. And it was just the most awesome thing in the world, because ducks would just come over. It was like magic. Like the bread just had magic in it. I didn't know. I was a little kid. But when the last time you just called your mom and said thank you? Even if your mom ain't do shit for you but give you life, she deserves a thank you. You know, I hate watching my kids come out of hell this year. Dad incarcerated and me struggling to do the things for them. One day it'll be worth it. One day it'll be worth it. But if you're not happy and you're going in the wrong direction and you hate that job that you're in, all you got to do is turn around. If you're not thrilled with your life, all you got to do is talk to somebody. You know, even if you just want to drop me a note, like, I'm here, I ain't got no problem, you know, listening. I ain't got no problem, you know, being a support system. I'm not just a business coach. I'm a human being. I'm also a depression sufferer, you know, but I got the tools to kick depression's ass. And I think you need them too. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, life is very, very short, and it's very unexpected. So I don't know if you know this or not, whether you're black, whether you're white, red, green, yellow, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, Satanist, Scientologist, it doesn't matter. Nobody gets out of life alive. You got to die to leave here. And if that's the case, I'm going to die on my terms doing what makes me happy. And I suggest you do the same. And normally I'll close out these broadcasts and tell you to get out of your feelings and into your business. But today, I want you to get in your feelings and search your soul for the you that you really want to be. And if the you that you really want to be is in your soul and it's not coming out, it's time to turn around. My name's Dave Anderson. Talk to you soon.
Want more exclusive content and business development advice? Log on to Facebook.com/thebusinessbully.